The power struggles inside the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, have always been life and death fights. Recently, a very unusual scene appeared in Beijing. The CCP held a high-profile special seminar for provincial and minister-level officials to study and carry out the spirit of the 20th Central Committee's fourth plenary session. The hall was brightly lit and the mood was tense, but the military seats were clearly empty. Zhang Youxia, vice chairman of the Central Military Commission, CMC, did not show up. CMC member Liu Zhenli also did not come. Only the other vice chairman, Zhang Shengmin, sat there alone. So many rumors quickly spread. Some said Zhang Youxia had been arrested. Some said Xi Jinping would never move against Zhang Youxia. Some said Zhang did not need to come, and that this was open disobedience to Xi. Others made an even more dangerous guess. Was Zhang Youxia pushed into a corner, with only one last road left, starting a rebellion? Rumors were everywhere, each one more shocking than the last. How far will this fierce power struggle inside Zhongnanhai and the military go? On January 20th, the so-called seminar to study the spirit of the 20th Central Committee's fourth plenary session officially opened at the Central Party School in Beijing. The lineup on the stage was complete. All 7 members of the Politburo Standing Committee were present. Vice President Han Zhang was there. Premier Li Qiang hosted the meeting. Xi Jinping gave a speech himself. The ceremony was full and formal. According to CCTV, those who should sit in the front row were all supposed to attend, but the problem was right there in the picture. In the first row of Politburo members, Zhang Shengmin, who had just been promoted to CMC vice chairman and also serves as head of the Military Discipline Commission, was present. But the more senior vice chairman, Zhang Youxia, was not seen. Defense Minister Dong Jun attended, but overall, the military presence was clearly low. Besides Zhang Youxia, 3 other Politburo members were also absent that day. Former Xinjiang Party Secretary Ma Xingrui, Organization Department Head Shi Taifeng, and Vice Premier He Laifeng. Ma Xingrui had already missed several important meetings before. This kind of continuous disappearance almost points to trouble. He Laifeng's absence had an official reason. From January 19th to 22nd, he was in Switzerland attending the Davos Forum. That was a public trip. Shi Taifeng's reason for absence is unknown, but Zhang Youxia's empty seat was hard to ignore. An empty seat often says more than someone being there. Commentator Kai Shenkin posted on X and dropped a bombshell. He said, Xi Jinping used the special security forces under Wang Xiaohong to act against the military. 17 people were arrested in one move, including Zhang Youxia and Zhang Xiaojun, who had just been released not long ago. He later said he received more confirmation. Zhang Youxia's whole family was also arrested. The CCP has already informed top leaders internally. Zhang Youxia not only missed the seminar opening, but also missed a scheduled National Defense University event. More importantly, when former Deputy Chief of Staff Wei Fulin passed away, the wreath sent by Zhang Youxia was ordered to be removed. The news was harsh. But Kai Shenkin also said, the news cannot be fully confirmed. Let the bullet fly for a while. Let's see if Zhang Youxia shows up at the New Year gathering. At almost the same time, another commentator, Zhang Wangjiang, also released shocking claims. He said Zhang Youxia was summoned for questioning. Zhang's son and his confidential secretary were under investigation. Liu Zhenli was placed under detention. Liu was taken away at 10 p.m. on the 18th. The military then ordered all officers in Beijing to return to their units and wait. Zhang Youxia went home after questioning at noon on the 19th. Zhang said he confirmed the news before releasing it. Zhang explained that being summoned means a kind of supervision. You are asked to explain and clarify facts, and to reflect on yourself. Xi would not investigate Zhang Youxia, only summon him. Being investigated means you may have committed a crime. Being detained is a strong action by discipline inspectors. During detention, the person is completely cut off from the outside world. Detention can last up to 16 months. In the Vietnam War, Zhang Youxia was the senior, Liu Zhenli was the junior. If Liu does not appear in public soon, he may be in real danger. There were even more extreme rumors. If Zhang Youxia really falls, the next target could be Liu Yuan, or that Zhang Youxia had already retired for health reasons. Rumors kept piling up. The mood reached the edge of chaos. But this is exactly when people should slow down. Commentator Li Muyang said the absence shows open disobedience to Xi inside the military. Zhang and Liu were not unable to come, but maybe did not want to. If Zhang controls the military support and Xi is losing power in the army, then not giving face is a political signal. Commentator Tang Jingyuan said this seminar was not mandatory. We should watch if there are continuous absences. Absence may show Xi losing power publicly, but saying Xi is fighting back and arresting them is too early. Commentator Zhang Tianliang believes Xi Jinping is unlikely to move against Zhang Youxia. The so-called Xi-Zhang struggle is greatly exaggerated. From public events and system operations, Zhang has always shown cooperation and respect. There is no sign of open confrontation. Also, Xi and Zhang have a past connection. When Xi investigated the General Armament Department years ago, Zhang was near the list but was spared. If Xi removes Zhang now, it means Xi would remove two current CMC vice chairmen during his term. The shock to the military and political results may be too big for Xi to handle. Zhang Tianliang added that Zhang Youxia and Liu Zhenli missing this seminar may not mean trouble. They may have attended other internal study sessions earlier or separately. In other words, this may be an abnormal event that has been greatly magnified, not a final political decision. From all these views, it seems more like an over-interpreted political event than a confirmed purge. But there is no smoke without fire. If some earlier claims are true, like Beijing officers being told to return to their units and wait, that level of action goes beyond just missing a meeting. At this point, a dangerous and sharp voice appears again. Has Zhang Youxia been pushed into a corner? If he does not rebel, does he have no way to survive? This question is not new. At the end of last year, an open letter that spread overseas already raised this option. Now, another letter directly names Zhang Youxia and tells him, why not rise up? It sounded extreme at the time. Now it feels like a footnote written in advance. The commentator New Highland wrote in that open letter that what Zhang Nanhai is doing to the military is not discipline, but uprooting everything. All factions have been cleaned out. Zhang Youxia, who has no faction but holds real power and could force change, has become Xi's final target and the most dangerous one. The letter coldly counted Zhang's choices. At that time, he had only 3 roads left. 1. Truly rebel. 2. End his life to protect his family. 3. Live quietly and wait to be secretly arrested. The letter almost shouted, Zhang Youxia, make your choice soon. After recent rumors that Zhang might be purged, New Highland said again that he already said it a month ago. If Zhang does not rebel, he has only 2 endings left, death or arrest. Now there is only one question. Does Zhang Youxia still have time to choose? Or has the choice already been made for him? Zhang Youxia was born into a powerful military family. His father, Zhang Zongshun, was a CCP general. He studied at Whampoa Military Academy and once served as Mao Zedong's bodyguard. He was called the Guard General. But this title sounds like a bodyguard role. Zhang Zongshun did not become a top general. Some say it was because he made mistakes in key battles. Even Mao said he was not strong enough at the right time. But his son Zhang Youxia is different. He may look like an old official, but inside he is a real war fighter. He joined the army at 18 and fought in the China-Vietnam War. In 2011, before Hu Jintao stepped down, he gave Zhang the rank of general. The Zhang family became known as father and son generals. Zhang Zongshun and Xi Jinping's father, Xi Zhongsun, were close allies. They fought together in the Northwest 1st Field Army. Xi Zhongsun was deputy political commissar. Zhang Zongshun was deputy commander. Both were part of the Northwest Group. The Zhang and Xi families were Red family friends. Zhang Youxia and Xi Jinping grew up knowing each other. Their friendship lasted for decades, but in the end, it fell apart. When Xi sought his 3rd term, Zhang Youxia was one of the biggest supporters. In 2015, rumors of a coup came from the Central Guard Bureau. Zhang led the 38th Army into Zhongnanhai to protect Xi. The 38th Army is called the Long Live Army, the strongest unit protecting Beijing. This move helped Xi pass a very dangerous moment. In 2021, when Xi was seeking a third term, some old military leaders were said to be planning another power move. The air was full of tension. Some officials did not know which side to choose. Zhang Youxia stepped out again to support Xi and stabilize the army. He was once Xi's strongest military protector. But once Xi fully secured power and his own faction filled key roles, the situation changed. For Zhang Youxia, past achievements no longer protected him. Instead, they became a burden. The old saying, when the birds are gone, the bow is put away. When the rabbit is dead, the dog is cooked, seemed to appear. Things slowly shifted. As power became more centralized, the quiet understanding between Zhang and Xi broke down. Distance, testing, and caution replaced it. Their split was not sudden. It was slow and silent. By the time outsiders noticed, they were already walking different paths. But it is not easy for Xi to purge Zhang. Zhang is a true red second generation. He has strong support in the military. Xi's position in the army may not match Zhang's decades of service. If Zhang moves, he has real strength. Also, the second generation of military and red families behind Zhang would not just sit still. If Zhang is pushed too far, he may fight back. Influential old generals like Cai Heoxian, Fu Kuanyu, Yu Yongbo, Cao Gangchuan, and the late Zhang Zhen were all linked to his father's old network. This gives Zhang confidence to challenge Xi. In October 2017, at the 19th Party Congress, Zhang became CMC vice chairman and Politburo member. In October 2022, at the 20th Party Congress, although he was 72 and above normal age limits, he was kept as Politburo member and CMC vice chairman, ranked first. This allowed him to accompany Xi's third term. At the next Party Congress, will Xi still hold power tightly? If Zhang is pushed to the edge, will he keep supporting Xi? Or will he pull Xi down with him? All these rumors, true or false, show one fact. When power struggles are talked about like this, it means the situation is already stretched to the limit.